Generally speaking, stock bikes are a blank canvas upon which the owner, or professional custom builder, places their own personal touches to make a unique machine representative of their own taste and vision. The process takes time, patience, skills, tools and money to do it properly, and to be honest, most buyers seem to lack the first three items on that list, which drives the work into custom shops, or the dealership service department. Enter Harley's Custom Vehicle Operations (CVO) program. Since 1999, when the factory released its FXR2 and FXR3, Harley has expanded the program to include bikes across their spectrum, complete with all the bells and whistles. 2016 sees the CVO Limited added to the line of CVO bikes, and this tour-tastic sled gives a whole new meaning to the name full dresser. As with all CVO models, the Limited comes with many of the commonly used accessories and top-shelf features already bolted up, so ambitious do-it-yourselfers will be halfway to their goal right off the showroom floor. Harley has long since established its basic bagger design over the decades, and the Limited toes the family line while adding its own genetic legacy to the mix. Not only that, but it also borrows items from the acclaimed Project Rushmore initiative built off the wish lists of Harley riders around the world, so it comes with a whole laundry list of features that places this sled in the very top tier amongst the available dressers this year. Harley's Airflow collection dresses it up with some bits and bobs, while the hand-laid accent stripes ensure that each unit is unique. The sheet metal comes shot in colors that are new for 2016, and in combinations reserved specifically for the CVO Limited. Far from a small bike with its 102.4-inch overall length, it still manages to look beefy and somewhat compressed with a mere 64 inches between axles, roughly the same as its smaller big twin brothers, but with so much more packed in between. The Batwing fairing sports the Rushmore-inspired split-stream vent that reduces head buffeting when underway, while the lower fairings break the wind off the rider's legs. Both rider and passenger benefit from vibration-isolated floorboards, and even come with oversized highway pegs to prevent foot arch fatigue on long hauls. The rider triangle is set up for an absolutely upright riding position, and the passenger gets a cushy backrest and armrests with their Stadium P-pad, complements of the luggage rack-mounted tour pack. Hard bags add to the tour pack's carrying capacity for a total cargo volume of 4.7 cubic feet, and all three storage spaces plus the fuel door come with one-touch release latches, which makes it easy to manage even in gloves. Heated hand grips add to rider comfort, and they work really well what with the fairing ears breaking the wind off the rider's hands. Bullet-shaped, LED, daymaker turn signals, headlight and pimp lights, passing lamps throw out plenty of light to ensure that you can see where you are going while making the ride as visible to the cage driving public as possible. Visibility equals safety, MK? It's in Florida, so Harley necessarily started out with its double downtube, double cradle, big bike frame with a massive, square cross-section backbone. It ain't light, but a bike like this isn't exactly an exercise in subtlety, is it? The steering head is set at 26 degrees, leaving us with a rather long, 6.7-inch trail, perfect for straight-line stability. But you can go ahead and disabuse yourself of the notion that you will be able to take corners like the equally large, but infinitely more maneuverable Honda Goldwing for example. It ain't happening. Having said that, the Limited can still safely lean 33.4 degrees to the left and 34.3 degrees to the right, more than many riders have the nerve for anyway. The 29.1-inch unladen seat height isn't as low as, say, the Electra Glide Low, but still it isn't as tall as some of Harley's past baggers. Vertically challenged riders be advised. The seat height is only half the story. You still have to clear the floorboards and exhaust before you can find the ground. Chrome fork shrouds conceal and protect the 49mm fork tube, and the fork sliders carry the chrome the rest of the way down. While the front suspension is non-adjustable, the air shocks in back provide nearly infinite preload adjustment and ride control via a zero-loss air pump. Harley calls the rear shocks full travel. Not sure what they mean by that, but 3 inches of wheel travel doesn't qualify as full in my book. Not even close. The hoops measure out at 17 inches up front, 16 inches in back, and they come mounted on Harley's Mirachrome slicer rims. At 940 pounds wet, and well over half a ton with rider, this is one heavy ride, and needs a lot of brakes to manage the energy. To that end, Harley went with 300mm dual front rotors and a 300mm in back, with 4-piston, Brembo brake calipers all the way around. The reflex link brakes with ABS prevents wheel slip while electronically balancing brake effort between front and rear, so you can use those brakes with confidence. The term power cruiser is thrown around a lot these days, and I get it. Cruisers with over 100 pound-feet of torque deserve to be held apart from the run-of-the-mill. With that in mind, perhaps we should consign this ride to the power tourer category, cause the CVO Limited definitely qualifies. Sure, the chrome on black mill is definitely eye candy, and it serves as the crown jewel if you will, but it isn't just another pretty face, oh no. This is Harley's 110 cubic inch 1801cc power plant that comes already packed with screamin' eagle yummy goodness, and it delivers a crushing 115 pound and 10 pence-feet of torque at a mere 3,750 RPM with the most decisive 5th gear roll-on offered by Harley yet. Like I said, power tourer, all the way. Air-cooled, with specifically targeted liquid cooling around the exhaust port to carry off the excess waste heat in that location, the twin-cooled twin-cam mill brakes from Harley's traditional air-cooled only motors, with the notable exception of the current Street 500 and 750, of course. But worry not purists, the factory hid the radiators behind the lower fairings so the classic air-cooled look comes through unspoiled. An electronic throttle control works with the electronic, sequential port fuel injection to manage the engine and the cruise control feature. A catalyst in the exhaust burns off any free hydrocarbons that escape the combustion chamber, and helps the engine meet emission standards. Harley uses its assistant slip clutch to ease the heavy burden on your left hand as you work through the 6 speeds provided by the gearbox, and provide extra traction protection by moderating the amount of back torque in the drivetrain when you downshift to scrub some speed ahead of a turn. It also has the benefit of smoothing over rough clutch techniques from inexperienced riders, and so, when coupled with ABS and the linked brake system, it provides yet another layer of contact patch protection. In short, you really have to mess up in order for this bike to get away from you. Good thing too, it's a hell of a lot of bike to try and stand back up by yourself. A 6.5-inch color touchscreen acts as the rider interface for Harley's information and entertainment system. On the information front, the monitor displays a GPS map with 3D landmarks and buildings, along with data from the tire pressure monitoring system (TPMS) that allows you to keep an eye on that critical metric sense pressure gauge and dirty knees. Harley's Boom Box 6.5 GT stereo system comes with 4 6.5-inch speakers that can pipe in music from an AM/FM receiver, Sirius satellite radio, stored music files on your smartphone or other device, SD card, flash drive, MP3, and XM traffic/weather service. Everything you need to avoid bad traffic, bad weather and the bad song you have stuck in your head. With such a premium product, it should come as no surprise that the sticker shock is quite severe at $39,999. The good news is, unless you are an absolute fanatic about owning an utterly unique ride, the CVO Limited has all the bases covered right off the showroom floor. I don't have to bother listing the options here, because there are none. It's all standard equipment on this sled, unless you count the $200 California emissions package. Sorry brothers and sisters on the West Coast, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.